Hello everyone, let's talk about the manliest game of 2024, Space Marine 2. Oh yeah, just so you know, I'm not a huge Warhammer fan, and this is my first game in Warhammer universe, so I will look at this game from a noob's perspective. There are a few things that I liked and a few things that I didn't like. So let's talk about them a bit in details. Okay, first let's begin with positive moments. A huge positive moment for me is the fact that Space Marine 2 is finally a non-open world game. Holy shit, finally a game that is not a half-empty, boring open world game, in which you spend more time on a horse than playing the game itself. Space Marine 2 is an old school game. A small locations that are full of action. Action, action, action. This is how I can describe this game. Almost non-stop action on your face. I also really enjoy the horde in this game. A moment in which a huge armada of monsters are coming at you, while you and your bodies are trying their very best to survive. Well, okay, not the very best, but still. And kill this nearly infinity army of monsters is a very cool thing. Despite the fact that this game is very repetitive, I never even once got bored while playing this game. Well, at least in main campaign. In main campaign, there were many memorable moments, both cool and pain in the ass perspective. The most memorable mission outside of endgame, in which you and your bodies are protecting the flag, was the mission in which you had to constantly burn a small rod and restore energy in one of those things. A mission with jetpacks. The painful mission was the moment in which a flying monster tried to take down some generators. Holy shit, how many times I failed this mission, it's not even funny. The thing I also liked about this game is the Cosmos theme. Some locations and moments looked extremely memorable and cool. Like, really cool. Main characters of this game also were surprisingly somewhat interesting. I mean, how can you not like these dumbasses? In our squad we have Big Teeth, Officer White, and the most handsome man of 2022. They all are fun on their own and are somewhat interesting. Tidis has a big background of a dude who went through some road stuff in his life, while others are plus minus space marines who are not that experienced. For Officer, the most memorable part was the moment in which he saw Chow's adepts and ran at them with words.
Ублюдок, мать твою, а ну иди сюда, говно собачье. А решил ко мне лезть, ты, засранец вонючий, мать твою.
And we had to cover him. For Mr. Handsome, the most memorable moment was when he tried to arrest slash nearly shot its head. But then after a while he realized that it's a good guy and apologized to him for his mistake. While for TDs, it's the moment in which he talked to Mr. Handsome about how he felt his comrade in the past for keeping the secrets from them, and how he didn't want to repeat the same mistake again. Gameplay wise and fun wise, I have pretty much nothing bad to say about this game, but there are a few oopsie moments on which I want to talk about a bit in details. Debatable parts. Okay, now let's talk about the moments that are kinda debatable. They are not 100% bad or 100% good moments. Let's start with the most obvious part. Enemy variety. As far as I saw, there are only, 6 enemy variety or 8 enemy at best. Yeah, it's not a huge problem. Well, okay, it's kinda easy. Honestly, I would love if first half of the game you didn't have to kill the same monsters over and over, while in mid to late game you had to kill the same Chaos adepts over and over and over and over and over and over. I would like if there was a bigger enemy variety, if some mobs had a different ways to kill them and not shoot them until they die. Ranged weapons, aka guns. Am I the only one who thinks that guns besides minigun, shotgun, sniper and flamethrower are basically the same? It just does not matter which weapon you will pick. They all are just the same.
It's the same shit!
And now the most debatable part of my video, side quests. I don't know how to explain it properly, but I didn't like side quests at all. If in main campaign I was fully focused and had fun nearly 24/7, in side quests I got bored very often, and I don't know why this kept happening. I played 3 side quest missions with 3 different classes, and I didn't like any of them, and I don't even know why. Is it because there were not that many memorable moments in these side quests, or is it because characters in these quests are not even close to be as interesting as Tits and his dumbasses, or is it because nearly all playable classes are absolutely useless. I don't know, but I didn't enjoy side quests at all. And now the things that I didn't like at all. First, let's start with the most simple ones. Exposition. The game gives zero, like zero damn about new player. As a dude who is not a fan of Warhammer, I sat there and had no idea what's going on half of the time. The very best example of this is this moment, in which a local priest removed his helm. And I know that in this game's context and for most players, this is super duper mind blowing twist. But for me, this moment was something like,
Who the hell are you?
and this is not the only example. 70% of the time I had just no idea what's going on. I just sat there with words, I don't know who I am, I don't know what I am doing. All I know is that I have to shoot. Also a huge downside for me is the fact that this game has zero, like absolutely zero replay value. Because let's say how it is, despite the fact that this game is very fun, and it's very cool to see how these poor monsters are getting blown to pieces, I have zero interest to replay this game in near future. Mainly because this game is very repetitive. Now bosses. Well, bosses in this game just blow. Outside of final boss, all others are just regular enemies with huge health bar, or are reused a few times as elite basic mobs. And also besides the very first and final boss, others are just shoot them until they die, which is not really cool. Like they could create at least two unique bosses that are just shoot him until he dies. And now the worst part of this game, bots versus real players. Bots in this game are super duper OP. Like holy shit, Space Marine 2 bots are comparable to chess bots. They are just unreasonably disbalanced. Now let me explain. When you play with your friends or with random no-names online, this game even on normal difficulty will be very challenging, because you all have low amount of health and armor. In each location there are 2 at best heal regens, almost no ammo. In order to repair your armor you need to kill half dead enemy, and many more moments like that. And because of that, all of you are not helping each other. You are taking resources from each other. You all are playing this game like a greedy bastards who only thinks about themselves. And unless you play with your friends in Discord, you all will fuck up each other's day simply because you can't see if your ally needs ammo, armor regen, is he out of heals. You might accidentally kill a low health enemy and fuck up his armor regen, and many more moments like that. And because of that, playing this game with real people, even on normal difficulty, might be a pretty challenging task. While if you play with bots, this game even on a hard mode is very easy. Bots don't take ammo for you because they have infinity amount of ammos. They don't take away your heals. They don't kill still near dead enemy. They fall back when enemy is in half dead situation, and then after a solid amount of time, if you didn't kill enemy for some reason, they will kill them for you. Bots will always revive you because as soon as they see you get KO, they will almost immediately help you, and because of their huge health bar, they will never die, and they don't even risk, unlike you who can die during revive. And the biggest problem with bots is the fact that they are nearly immortal. Like no joke, they are nearly immortal. In a whole playthrough of main campaign, including 3 side quests, I saw bots getting KO'd like 2 or 3 times maybe, on a hard difficulty by the way. Bots in this game are just unreasonably tanky, and because of that, outside of final boss, even on hard difficulty, you won't die more than once. This is a fucking paradox. A game in which bots are 100 times more effective and stronger than real people, and in my opinion that's not really cool. I don't know, maybe on Angel of Death they are weaker, but I didn't play this game on Angel difficulty, so I can't say anything about it. Okay, let's have a small conclusion. Is Space Marine 2 a bad game? Absolutely no. Despite the fact that this game has some serious and not really problems, despite the fact that I won't replay this game for a very long time, I didn't got bored while playing this game. I simply had fun while playing Space Marine 2. And in my opinion, that's the most important part. Finally, a fun game for gamers. Not another half-empty open world game with garbage side quests, in which you play as a delivery boy over and over with disgusting looking characters that was created for the modern audience. Space Marine 2 is a fun game for gamers, and especially for Warhammer fans. I absolutely love to play this game, and I really hope that they will quickly make Space Marine 3. That also will be about a manly man doing a manly man stuff. A game full of pure male fantasy. Well, that's pretty much it. If you like my video, press something under it. With this, I'll say bye bye to you, and I will see you next time.